They're so set in their ways. I am going to use the fresh pear. Got some new scissors. I broke one of the tips off those. It's freezing here. What am I looking for? Where on earth? Oh, I forgot I took them out of the sleeve. Some fly smith scissors, but look at the points on them. Hope everyone's having a fantastic evening. Hey, Adonis. Pretty good. It got rained out today, so that was pretty brutal. But I don't know if you could, let me zoom in. So I broke the tip off of this pair. You can really tell when you're up next to things. And here's the fresh pair. So that's extremely nice. Got some of the black ostrich. I think it's ostrich. It has a totally different texture than the other feathers that I have currently. Here's a small one, like from a duster almost. Pretty like really neat. I wish I could pick up exactly how I see it in person. It's wild. I mean, obviously it's lively. It's from a living critter, but these, they're from a hat. The rib of each individual tendril is super thick compared to these. But I do want to get one of those massive ones. It almost looks like chenille. I mean, I guess it does, but I saw some that was so lush it made an impact. So I'm just gonna keep tying these because I really like how this one came out. Which this next one though, I want to put a different color in between the two chartreuse feathers, and can I adopt him? I mean, I feel like in this economy, adopting like a fully grown is probably the, but here, let me get the comments here. Yeah, I really like how this turned out. On top of the peacock curl, that's where I threw just a few fibers of the black ostrich curl, and man, it adds so much depth. Just one little feather. Hey, run. So, oops. I'm not also like, I found this one feather. I'm not sure what it's from, but I gotta figure out how to get more. For eyes, these would be ideal. It just fell out of something. I have a few different feather packs that look kind of like a match. Like it's matching the marabou, because I can't find any black specks. But, I also really, really like this color, but it's got a really strong curve to it. And a really thick rib, and I don't, well, yeah, I'll try. I usually don't do too well if it has a even remotely thick rib. When I tie it down, it discovers free will. Like that is thick. God, it's pretty though. It's like a 70s mustard greenish yellow. It came in on eBay a lot. Oh, there was something else. I totally forgot. I needed 2 of these for it though. Maybe different ones. I'm trying to make eyes, like feather eyes now. Maybe this shape. The chartreuse, I want to put something in between it to... I wanted orange, but don't... a lot of the orange feathers I could find are quite short, so I don't know how much luck I will have there. Let me also... This light is in my face. What is happening? This chair I got in middle school, and to be honest, I couldn't stand it at all. So I packed it away and I just ran into it. I didn't have a chair in here. And I was not about to do the whole wooden chair again. I've been liking these ones. They have a massive eye, though. If I use these up, then I could go to tuppence. Ouch. So these have a weird orangey. I quite like them. I wanted to see. It might make it weird and muddy. Might need like lime green instead of chartreuse. Or just a different green. I also need to get another packet. I did organize quite a few of them for specific patterns. But I need balls first. See. Oh, whoops. I wasn't doing that way anyway. No. So let me try. That could be sweet. Trying to... I've developed a strong love of organizing feathers lately, so that's what I've been pretty much doing during trying to find an orange feather. I could do like yellow. Maybe I'll just do these instead. And a weird, oddly uniform. Can you just put a single feather? Does it have to be even? Alright. Excuse me. Really. Test. I don't know if the mic's still connected. Oh, say it is. I don't know what happened there. Ooh. That is kind of nice too. This orangey olive with that. But yeah, I gotta get an orange. Just have all these really shrimpy ones. Relatively the same. Hope I end up liking it now. I get too fixated on colors and individual materials. I don't know. I just, the solid chartreuse I wanted to. Alright, well, I guess just poking around isn't gonna do anything. And it's a size 2/0 hook. It's not like too big because really just have access to the beach right now until I find a canoe. I have like a flat bottom canoe, but it's a little large. This light is I think starting to be able to. I just wicked out of it, but slowly coming to life. Been going back to move stuff and finish organizing like just belongings and downsizing. Also laying in the sun. There's a big old chair. Man, I appreciate that. Pointing gun, villain. I did stumble across some pretty funny pictures. We basically family, and I wanted to perhaps make horror films. We actually all had 2 wee bands in middle school. It was my cousins and I, and it didn't last very long, but got some pretty hysterical imagery out of it. This light is, it just doesn't like to focus without as bright as it can go. But still a little jumbled mentally, but I did get an offer on eBay today, so hot toddy. Got me a pinback shirt. Yeah, I don't wear, I don't know, I don't like, I always pick up a shirt, or used to. Youth medium was the size that, I mean, gosh, I'm seeing $274, $179 for, God, I wonder what happened to all the band shirts. And my friend, like, she's immaculate collection, but she would also cut them up. I have one surviving one, and it's a Darkest Hour shirt. And, you know, maybe that'll be easier. It's kind of gross, though. Where's the fish? Yeah, I need to get out there. I've been really procrastinating clearing out these rooms because a lot of the stuff I just don't know what to do with, and some of the stuff is so random that, like, I really don't, I can't throw it away. And my dad's back was shot, so he was getting into selling antiques, and so he was, I mean, he more so like me, had more fun finding the stuff than selling it, but got a huge cache of stuff that I just have to, like, quickly get rid of, not spend too much time on it, and save anything that I like as stock for the thing, but most of it's just going to be stored away anyway and not sold. I'm just mostly talking about the stuff that was got for that purpose, salvaged for resale. And let's see, Brab and Blab. Here, hold on. I always forget to add all y'all. Well, anyway, hey, Squirrely Dogs America. Alright. Still don't rightly have a plan. Ooh, the green with the orange. Maybe. Sweet. I mean, those feathers are shite. You're hung up on the dumbest stuff sometimes. Just maybe yellow. Or, is this wide enough? Nah. Son of a snatch. Oh, yeah. Oh. cute. I want to attach tabs here and here so I could fold it and hold the two. Because I still can't really figure out like a scissors better. Twist it like an apple. Okay. Saying okay every few seconds helps probably. um, just like cut it so it's nowhere near the eye. I really want to try a mayfly pattern. I was watching the kind of lurking like I used to in the tie flies stream, and I don't know why I haven't noticed until relatively recently those tail fibers using. I have a pack of them from an eBay lot, but they're so freaking thin. I was like, how do your fingers even? So I pay decent attention every time I watch a video, though. I notice something different in the lives. You only get that stream to watch it because the music, they get deleted. So anyway, attaching 2 threads and going down and like, I'm guessing it's 2 threads, or maybe it's 1. I don't know. Using a thread to physically pull the spines up. And the Wallywing mayfly pattern, and I'm sure there's infinite variations, but this one's just particularly stunning. What are the sounds? Sounds pretty neat, but also a little concerning. The things have been, oh my gosh, I need to get a big screen for my desk immediately. I totally forgot about the videos. I was like, did I cut a feather? Shipping freighters or container ships, and I can't find the originating channel in most cases. However, I used to sleep to them, but kind of just totally forgot about them. But I want to put that on the desk for some backgrounds, zone out material, I guess. Sometimes my thoughts, I just like, you can't control what gets thrown at you, so sometimes music is more distracting than silence, which I don't mind silence at all, sometimes, but obviously, but sometimes it's really nice to be aware of like what everything sounds like and can hear your own thoughts. I used to be able to read in like a chaotic setting or a really loud room, but can't do that anymore. But that's like a muscle thing, so could get back into that. Like one thing that I noticed, like if I go a long time without reading, even just the movement of my eyes along the words and the lines is shoot, something that like my eyes have to readjust to. And I noticed that like a long time ago. That you could genuinely practice reading. It's not an automatic thing. I mean, we have to learn how to do it. And my focus is dang near shot with books. It's heartbreaking, but I'm not too down about it because of that reason. Is like you could get back into it. We'll just burn a little bit. But reading isn't as straightforward to me because I don't know. I have to write things down even if it's scribbled on a random page. If I want to remember something, I'll want to write it down. Even if I never look at the page again. I don't like forgetting things, so I do try to figure out what needs to be in place for my mind to not like remove it from my working memory. Alright. This is where the rage comes in. I just didn't notice that was at such a strong angle. And one is why it really, really suctions all so streamlined, but it's really difficult to not get hung up on it. What the fuck? God damn feather. Die by fire! I'm just kidding. I miss that lady. You just like get a hold of them both. Yeah. Been really trying not to pull things out of place, so I've been trying to use like a pulsing pressure. I don't know how else to describe it, like moving rather than pulling. I'll wax it so don't slip around as much. Oh, my bad. This down here a bit. So, let me think. Oh, Bucktail. Let me just grab. Ow. I wanted to get more colors of stuff that for the last few months I have been keeping mind and or with what I use the most of, as well as stuff that I want to experience, of course, because some of the materials I'm like dead stoked to see in person. And Bucktail is probably one of the ones I'll be using a ton of. So I'm trying to really get every color possible so I could produce smoother gradients. I got a nice like, I don't know, like beachy color rainbow going. Stoked on it. So I have hot orange coming very soon and fluorescent yellow. But I love craft supplies and materials. Anything that does anything really. But this is just a whole nother level. I never knew. Okay. It's like a perfect yellow. Like I wouldn't even know how to call or find this. It's not chartreuse. It's like so that's what I wanted to use instead of going straight to yellow. So yeah. And I already have some scraps of chartreuse. I can see my arm pulsing. Yeah, I'm like just sleepwalking daily at this point. It's very brutal. But alright. Tis what tis. Oh, I forgot about this one. So I really need to post this somehow. I gotta find more of this color immediately. It's got a faint hint of blue in it. I don't know if you can see. And I know like every material, even the same material dyes differently and there's going to be variation. But in person, I'm going to be, I don't know, have to like keep a scrap in my bag or something. But this is chartreuse and it's got like super yellow down here. But that's like a seafoam green, like the Crayola crayon seafoam green. Alright, so did I do that first? I'm just going to I was wondering if I should add tinsel or like some dubbing here so the tinsel like stays a little rather than slurping, but I mean I don't know if it's gonna do that yet, I guess. solving this. Which, I mean, any handcraft, like scrap, like turning scrap materials into stuff is really fun for that. Like one of the first craft supplies I ever used was lock washers. No, not lock washers, star washers. I think I always say lock washers accidentally, but I do mean star washers. Let's just do these. It's like glorious purple. Man, people have some solid taste. So, these ones first. Trying to do it a little more controlled. My flash, and that is often quite sloppy. But baby steps. It's like 15 songs stuck in my head. Yeah, that's why I was thinking about it. I might need to take a break from music. To be fair, these last few days I think I have, I don't know, bored further into my ear canal with my headphones, but man, that's what that stuff's for, so no complaints or anything. Just, I guess I don't know. Stuff like a full train ride or something, or those shipping container ships. They're like 8 hours long, and there's all different styles. I wish I knew the names of all the different types of freighters. Let me put some gold first. Hey! Whoops. Falling glass. Controlled flash application. Aye. Stuff is so bouncy. If you like pull it and release it without like releasing the tension, it's much like a spring. It's just curled plastic. Or I don't know what it's made. I mean, I'm sure it's some type of plastic, but what I've come to learn is most of these materials are super specific. And boy, do I love saying polyethylene now. And polypropylene. Okey-doke. I'm trying to... Yeah, it's weird. I haven't caught up, like, in thought. Like, my whole entire reality just shifted. So I hate being an only child, I'll be totally honest. Every single thing is, like, existential as shite. And there's no one to really bounce anything off of, because there's, like, so many degrees of separation. I'm just gonna do that. And put some feathers on the side. Whoa, Dave is here. Hey, good morning. Holy trucks, good morning. 4:35 in the morning. Yeah, it's gotten like impossible to sleep. But I'm trying to get better with Flash. I'm trying to make more of these just with better color transitions. Real stoked on more Bucktail. And then I have to start. I really don't know what hackle feathers to get. I keep getting like just either like really, really thin feathers. And I didn't get them for deceivers or anything, the eBay lot, but just they'll be better for a different purpose. But yeah, I don't know. Like, is it neck hackle? Like, what part? Because the yellow is quite nice of an experience, so I wouldn't mind having it in kind of like this form. Please excuse my ignorance. It's still pretty. Pretty rough. Getting to thicker ones now. The front ones were dang near translucent. They were ideal for certain. Because then it kind of takes on the color behind it. See, I don't know. I gotta rethink the flash a lot. Because I feel like it's gonna interfere. Oops. I just can't play with that. Oh, I wanted to. Oops. Might as well keep doing the thing I regret doing the most, but also don't, because that sun's always out, and anything with a holographic anything on it, it's like an explosion of light down there. And if I keep it on the upper sides, can be tangly. Stuff is real thin. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out a plan for these, that new existence, I guess. Excuse. Because I yeah. This. Which it's just, oh my gosh, my mind, it's not thoughts. I'm not even coherently doing this. I could say the word coherent so much now that I forget what it means. But I've been trying to get this fire pit thing down from the attic, but it's just at such a strange angle that I have to abort the mission each time. I need to get a blindfold for the camera so I can just privately struggle sometimes. I don't know why. And now I'm so used to just like horsing it that Alright. Ow! Gosh. Sorry. I'm really off balance. Oh yeah, I tie at the speed of light. Cause I really have uh vague ideas of what I'm doing at most times, but I really want to get better color. I'll be able to time quick eventually, but just not satisfied yet. And trying to be satisfied without experiences kind of got its awkward. And I have no idea when I'll even be able to make it out again, so now I got time. Slipping into darkness. If y'all haven't heard that song, It's one of the greatest of all time. Slipping into Darkness by War. I'm also sitting at a really weird angle too. That has nothing to do with it really. I'm just sitting this way because the light is very, very present. Unnecessary. Okay. I need. Oh, yeah. I really like how this bleeds. Alright, let me look up for a second. Oh, hey, Elijah. Yeah, and I mean, this had Deceiver, like, many attempts at him until I get it right. But more than happy to try to tie anything. I get option paralysis so bad to where often I'll end up just kind of staring at the desk for hours. Right now I'm kind of locked in space. I've been for a long time. Family shit and like having such a small amount of family left that there's a minimal choice. Which, not complaining, just is what it is. It's like, dang, though. Am I ever gonna be able to think again? Like, and just that on top of the state of the world, this is just a bizarre time to try to think clearly, I guess. But I'm trying to figure out if I should keep the pool table. I don't want to get rid of it. I really find a lot of value in those like strategy games. Point and or aim and strike, or like, and that could be anything. Could be throwing rocks in a bucket. But like some of my earliest surviving childhood doodles, because most of that stuff, you know, doesn't exist anymore, are on the side because it was missing a side panel. It's an old Brunswick, maybe like, am I saying that right? There's a few brands that start with a B. Kind of used interchangeably accidentally. getting a decent amount done. Use that to stay good and distracted, but I got more chaya, which is also called tree spinach, and edible green. You just have to boil it twice. People say boil it once, but I'm just gonna boil it twice. Tannins. So it looks like shite now, but after the bucktail and the peacock curl on top, and when it's wet, it bleeds together really nice. Yeah, Elijah. And solid. I forget. Like, and my dad was really proud of it. I forget what it's called. Something inch slab. It's a certain. Everything on it's like specific, and it's got like ball retrieves, so you don't have to walk around with all the little fancy nets. They really like it. Since I was a kid, this place was almost more like a bar. Like there's drum set up for anyone to interesting time. But yeah, it's always been kind of like a social space and communal space. Like I used to wake up in the morning to get ready for work, and the most random human beings possible would just all be in the living room waiting for breakfast from my mom. It was always a trip. There was this one dude who was homeless, but my dad just loved this guy. His name was Gary. He's long since gone. But with all due respect, this man looked like a raisin since I was a kid. Like eyes completely shut. Ooh, 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 let's go! Thought that was gonna be louder. But, and it was like, I couldn't understand what he was saying ever, but my dad was fluent. It was fluent in Gary. And my dad's close friends own the kind of bar down the street, Blue Cricket, and a lot of them would kind of play their bands there. They're older dudes, like trying to describe like a blue collar bar, not like a dive bar. I don't know how to describe it. And everyone knew each other, and everyone was like, you know, the live music was usually someone that also frequented the bar too. And a lot of everyone had a trade, I guess. It's a really, I don't know, useful time. I remember too, like one of my favorite things was a lot of my dad's friends, obviously, like also like blue collar dudes, but they'd always have these artistic as shite Polaroid pictures of job sites, and each one looked like, you know, an album cover, honestly. It's one of my favorite genres of photography. So maybe I'll use the yellow down here. I didn't really want to use white. Because this is for the intercoastal, so everything is so murked out. I need a spot for this. I'm convinced this is like a byproduct I'm wasting. Hmm. I go the opposite way now, or else I end up poofing it out too much. Is Z meant like something that would be used here? I need to make a page, like a directory of the glues. Just gonna use this for now. Son of a snatch, I hate when that happens. Oh, I hate when that happens. It feels like what it must feel like sinking in quicksand. Just god awful at strategically thus far, currently. Oh. Nah. Oh. Huh. Gotta get a darker green too. Or olive rather. Light olive. And then dark olive. And then mothballs. Oh, I should have put wax. Ow. Jeez. Jacksie. One moment. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Belly, tie-in. One of my dad's friends once, his girlfriend to pick me up, so I can. I have no idea what to expect in the next like long time. Definitely need some gold panning in my future, though, that's for sure. At least a metal detector. I really need input. Every single time I ask a group or like a metal detecting community, it doesn't matter how many times they say like super affordable, like something that y'all might trash on, but like still like can admit is pretty good. I don't know. I always gotta recommend some like $5,000 metal detector though. But missed a dang near a whole season of swimming, so this winter I still like going out there, not in the water, unfortunately. One day I'll be able to manage water warmer than 80 degrees, but as much as I love swimming, ow, 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 the second and third ow was not even about, or was the hook, but the first one was about the water temperature. Yeah. I have some peacock curl. Another thing I'm looking for is a whole golden pheasant, like a whole one. No missing pieces. It's brand new in box. I don't mind if it's in pieces, because I just really want to see all the other feathers that they have. I don't use the tippets very often yet, but that's one of my favorite materials. Or like, favorite feathers used anyway. Yeah, wrapping closer to the hook. I know I like forget to do it sometimes, but that has changed everything. I'm gonna make a little space. And I got the. I wish they were a little longer, but broke the heck out of those. Anyways, let me just cut that plastic bit off. Or plastic feather, plasticky though, like inside of a squeed. Dinotopia. So the black light makes it so I don't know. For something that I had just laying around makes a pretty dang good impact in my opinion. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I cannot wait to do a bar jack. Like, holy smokes. I got fluorescent blue. I need to get light blue also. Yeah. You know, I gotta get this stuff before shit hits the fan, you know what I mean? Because I could forage. Even if I can't couch fetch, you got purslane, you got chaya, you got all kinds of roots and shit. The thing that will be hardest for me to acquire in post-apocalyptic civilization would be fly tying materials. Am I wrong? Losing my mind. So I can't wait to also add eyes. I've been putting together a bunch of feathers that I could try to use for eyes. Alright, let's see. I lose every jungle cock bid I try to, yeah. Which, I don't mind the fake ones either. I just really like such a legit eye for a lot of the reef fish. I hate when it's a little uneven. Hey, shit. Ow. Ah, I got so spoiled in a hot room. I never had to. Is it thaw or defrost when you need to warm something up? I need to be physically shown the mechanics of wet finishing. Just too many videos, things get wiped as soon as I try to put into practice, memory-wise. Alright, let me get it wet. Oh man, I should put some orange. Oh, fucked up. Grr, that's what I missed. I'm like, where's there's something missing. I wanted to add orange somewhere. And when I didn't get it with the feather, I figured I was just gonna throw some, the orange Flashaboo. Give a little hint for my eyes, you know? So let me get it wet. This one has one less layer of bucktail on top than the other one, because the other one I put 3 clumps. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The chair was running away. Let me get all the excess water off. Nothing rusts up here. See how the larger, splotchier. Trying to use the feathers I have to get some patterns going. This is for the intercoastal or freshwater, but after I just get a little better, I want to eventually start settling down more and focusing, learning more about species and stuff, and learning more about colors at depths and what colors change into at certain depths. I think it's really fascinating seeing those tourist submarines, and you can see the people's clothes changing colors until it's essentially a grayscale. You should put a small piece of tubing over the top of the hood. Oh, yeah. I should. Or cork. Excuse. Yeah, so I'm gonna add more bucktail. I know in the water that's gonna be pretty fine, but I do want some chunky fish. And I'll put eyes on it also. And each one has slight variations in size and proportion. So whenever the hell I'm out there for longer than an hour, I can learn some things. I just need a camp. It has been too hot, being honest. I really want to do the Peanut Island thing. I think that's the only way. Time melts as soon as your hands is in any variation of like it melts time, and it's just gotten harder and harder to get like time. And so definitely staying busy in the meantime, because I would rather tinker like deep within some heavy creative block than like anything else, or than just like wait in anguish or something, because time flies and then it doesn't. It's just no keeping up with anything anymore. But, and another thing too is I need a firearm. I really do. And every time that I have about, like, because I'm just going to get a used one and ship it to the local shop. We have permitless carry here. A lot of the spots are very sketchy that are immediately here. Like, yeah, it's shite water, but the best snook spot is right down the street. However, it's very sketchy, and like, I'm pretty quiet out and about, but holy trucks, that is a social space, alright? Like, if you're anywhere near that place with a fishing pole, you're gonna get into every random conversation possible, and zero complaints there. But yeah, there's one day I'll be able to take pictures. It's everyone's got their sketchy but efficient spots, I'm sure. Yeah. Anyways, let me grab a water. Yeah, cool. I still have a little piece floating around in my box too for that purpose. But sometimes, you know, fly tying is very cathartic, and it's really easy to zone out, kind of get lost in space, and sometimes your proportions might become a little off. So keeping the hook exposed is actually very valuable when you come to think about it. It keeps you lucid the entire time. Hey, Jungle Hawk. I'm sorry that it's my. Some of the names are just if you're easily entertained by things, top tier. I had ones run. I actually ordered one. It was just, you know, a bull listing. It's not fully submersible, but in the listing it was like listed as fully submersible. So I got it as a gift, and but there's another one that is fully submersible, and it's $80, and it's like the disc shape, which that's what I was looking at recently. But I do want to get another wand just to have in my bag, because a lot of times I'll just be sitting in the sand and, you know, could just poke around. If I could cart around a wagon of tools and activities, I definitely would. Like, ever since I was a kid, even like ever since I first started walking to the beach, my backpack looked like a proper trekking bag. It's like tie on blankets and all kinds of things. Not umbrellas. I'd find sticks and then just tie one of the sheets onto it. It looked great and one less thing to carry. And it took years to figure out what I actually needed. Years of just bringing the most random things. But I like doing that. Like, if you're gonna do a long camping trip, like do an overnight camping trip locally, and then you'll figure out a lot of things that you wish you had that night that, you know, you certainly would really wish you had if you're staying multiple nights somewhere. This shit's growing on me so much. See, my entire life, every single thing I make, I always shite on. Like, someone will compliment it, and I'll be like, it's like, it's whatever. If there wasn't like a internal, like, hell yeah, like, fly tying. And it could be the most basic, like, not even anything, like marabou and like a scrap of chenille. It's a full body experience. I don't know how else to put it. It's gonna catch fish and therefore catch food. Blows me away. Doesn't save money, but also half the show is not even remotely necessary. If I've learned anything from just observing people's stories and in forums and stuff, where people will run out of tackle and resort to just like tying a piece of a potato chip bag on a hook and it being effective, you know, get away with almost anything. It's brilliant. Heavily impacted. But let me be right back right quick. I really need to get that water fountain thing again. I always have marabou stuck in my man. Time is 5:30. You ate for earlier sunrises, but it's gonna be a drag getting back to it getting super dark super early. It exhausts the heck out of me. I can never stay awake. And I've been on a lifelong journey of changing my sleep schedule. Dry that off a little bit. Can't believe I forgot orange. But man, they're getting there. I'm really excited to get textures and stuff. Every single one, there's like 50 things I want to do differently, but that's what I really enjoy about it. Cause there's a lot of different materials, and you could always substitute. Excuse me. Substitute and salvage. I gotta write that down. That would be a good list to make, cause like a correspondence. Ooh. Yeah. Helped a friend score pink toilet today from the 50s or 60s. Can't remember now. Oh, the toaster. Where would I have put in that? Oh, yeah. If I were a toaster. There's a shelf. I have to move the stuff though. I don't really trust it. It's supposed to be temporary. Oh man. Oh. Maybe I put it with the other toasters. Let's see. Not with the other toasters. Not with the other toasters. Oh, there it is. My great-grandma used to make her avocado toast on. The first wave of avocado toast like 10 years ago. And my aunt was like, yeah, that's what your great-grandma used to make every morning. On this, it's a General Electric automatic toaster. I love the shape. I haven't seen it since this. I really wanted it for the longest time, but my dad also wanted it, and I ran into it in the attic. It just blew my mind. Automatic toaster. And it's just a burner on the side and a metal lid to catch the heat. There's a lip. Nice font on there. I'll put this. I still haven't come up with a good solution for that, because like the bins, I wish I could have like rolling like a thing on wheels of drawers, but the drawers would have to be, they don't have to be airtight, but not just open, Because I do see those wheelie drawers at like craft supplies or stuff like that, or paperwork, but I want something. I don't want to keep everything in baggies. I tried doing that to stay super organized, but there's like some materials I like being able to access little pinches of, like bucktail or hackle feathers. I just don't want anything to get them. That would be total devastation. Which, that's happened to me plenty with seeds and plant stuff. Like a beetle or something will get into a bag of seeds or come in a bag of seeds and then eat up all my other seeds. I am very scared of that happening. I'm sure there's a ton of preservatives on this stuff, but I have seen that referenced many a time to know it's an issue. I haven't really looked that far into it, but it's Florida. There's all kinds of insects and all kinds of things that eat other, like those things in pantries, kind of like cigarette butt beetles or something like that. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how to make this place like, excuse me, kind of like a communal space. For a while, there was an apartment back in the garage, and my dad was renting that to people, but it's so sketchy, and I wouldn't personally want to rent a room in the backyard to someone, so I'm trying to make it kind of like a guest house, and I've been trying to get all my stuff unpacked in there, which I've been wanting to stream that, but it's just so ridiculous that I just end up sorting stuff stunned and annoyed. But because I didn't pack my own stuff, and some of it's so like irritating that it becomes almost wholesome. Like, god dang, is what it is though. But make that a guest house. People wouldn't be able to. I'm not saying like y'all brokies. No, I'm just kidding. I am. I am. Oh God, I don't even. That's all I. As far as the future, I have no idea. Like, just maintenance right now. I'm not even thinking about like growth, just maintenance. But the like motels here is $100 a night, and that's $100 a night to sleep and piss. That on Dixie Highway, which doesn't mean much to anyone, I'm sure, but that's our host role, all right? So it's many of those are hourly also, so not $100 an hour, but like they have hourly rates. And yeah, but if I ever wanted to have someone like to visit and like come to fish or something, I wouldn't even know where to point them in a direction to find a place. So this place has always been kind of like just really lively place. Like my mom's used to a bunch of random people and stuff. And mind you, like I am super introverted, and I rarely leave my desk unless it's to wander around or for selling stuff. And but yeah, I can't see it just like it being an empty, you know. And like my family is essentially non-existent. It's so small. And it's like just my mom and I. And like, so as far as gatherings or cookouts and stuff like that, most of the people that I know were pushed out of this area because of the rent rising. And I know I'm never gonna leave the area, and it'd be really sick to welcome people like to this area properly. And and possibly, because I moved out a few times. Like, I moved to Colorado for a few months and woke back up in Florida. Tried a few other like cities, but I doubt I'll ever leave this area, and I really, really love it. Like, and it's yeah, I like. Cause yeah, I don't even. It's wild. Like there's a lot of like motels and stuff, but it's like 120 a night for like most basic possible, and it's brutal. That's one reason also before even trying to come up with like a mobile like vending situation was an RV just to be able to see other places and be able to have a place to stay. Because, man, there is no way. Ugh, there's no way. I would rather sleep in a bush. Like, $100? That's $100. I mean, you're gonna like leave really early in the morning. I would sleep in a bush. But yeah, so I don't know. And like film stuff and stuff. I've always wanted to get more into filming like local history and stuff, but it's really difficult to keep myself set on that. And 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 like also too, like when people come down to this area for work and stuff, like it'd be sweet to have a spot, because it really is not a thing. Like it adds so much enrichment and stuff that, like I said, these last few years like radicalized me a little differently than any, like it just like I spent most of my time alone at a desk, but seeing the entire like nation at large, like no third spaces, and like I, just a few years ago, every age group hung out in groups. Like it wasn't just groups of like young adults or kids walking around. It was like every age group. Like my friend has a buddy of mine like is the most nostalgic because him and his friends do trivia nights once a week, and that's really nostalgic to like back when there was a bit more social cohesion and less anxiety in the air, because you can cope with a lot with the right people around, and especially like there's so many stragglers too, and a lot of only children also, like I know, or just like estranged. Every possibility or human setup possible. It's just, man, like I think Floridians have a little bit of that. Like everybody I know pretty much in this area has someone either on their couch, in a spare room. It doesn't matter if it's like for a weekend, for a few months, or for a season. It's it's very like that. Like it's totally different now, which sucks, because it's always been like an odd little hippie town with a shit ton of indie kids for some reason, which there was a really good music scene here for a long time. I'm like, I haven't tried I haven't tied any intruder flies though, but they're like straight architecture. I'm really stoked to give that a go. Yeah, feathers. Feathers are straight up technology. I mean, all this stuff is, but the feathers, like up close, some of them are really, really impactful. The peacock breast feathers. Holy sh! Just glows. I got these seeds for a soft hackle. Out of control, like that's intense. Now it's getting a little hot in here. I always look a little frazzled after tying one fly. I swear, man, I swear, um, human beings, fellow human, I swear, comrades, no, just kidding. But, that, I forgot what I was saying, dang it. What was I saying? I don't know. I saw that used as a soft hackle once, and it was beautiful. Scrolled past an article today that said they had laser beams in them. Peacock feathers. I scrolled past it. I didn't click. Hey, Conrad. I'm pretty alright. Granite. Don't delete fear scythes. I don't know how to undelete stuff. Oh, I might have to do. See, ow. You see why I hit this chair? It doesn't have enough wheels on it or something. Ow. I fall over on it like multiple times a day. Got some more gold toe socks. There's pretty much an unlimited supply of them here. And I'll be totally honest, for some reason, the only thing okay, so really the only thing I've ever been for Halloween, besides like lazily a witch once or twice, because I had a black dress and a pointy hat at the same time, was like a beer garden lady. But I always wanted to be my grandpa, because he wore the same thing every single day. A white v-neck, khaki cargo shorts, and white socks with black Velcro sandals. And the only thing I didn't have was the black Velcro sandals. Oh yeah, I got me some on the way. So I will most likely be my grandpa for Halloween this year. Got some Tavas. Every few months I'll scroll for it. Because, I mean, I don't have like massive feet, but I don't like wearing like some shoe shapes. Just, I mean, like it doesn't even make your feet look like longer. Like, I'll trip on myself, I swear it. So, I try to stick with like compact kind of shoes, but I'm hoping they're not like super wide or anything, because I'm just gonna trip on it every 2 seconds. But definitely like the Earth Runners better. Earth Runners for, I mean, dudes, you don't have to really worry about that too much, but I don't like bulky shoes unless they're boots. But the Earth Runners are super streamlined. But man, $100. Oh god, these are like 26 because they're on sale. I'm not making fun. I've been to Atlanta once. For some reason, before like 6 p.m., everyone on the street is wearing these. And nothing. Anyway, but yeah, I'm about to be the most comfortable I've probably ever been in my entire life, so there's that. I do still have to get a pack of white V-necks, but I figured there's multiple shops locally that I could get that. Big things happening in my life. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of walking and stuff, and I really need to just like focus on like doing what I want to. Like, I haven't had any time to even touch sand, and I hate. See, I'm born. I live in Southeast Florida, born and raised, but I always feel like bougie or something talking about the beach. But it's a pretty steady requirement for sanity, that's for sure. It makes like any form of hell heaven, because like it's paradise. It really is. But you have to be in a either in, on, or near water for you to feel the effects of the paradise. Because everywhere else, it's either like you're gonna get harassed, and I don't mean like females. I mean like anybody. Like, yeah, I've been asked if I've had cigarettes or if I could have a cigarette so many times when I have like, like, you don't have to be smoking a cigarette for someone to ask you for one, is what I'm trying to say. And homeless people get pissed if you give them food. Unless you have like a correspondence with them. Oh yeah, no, because they're it's really hot here. They're looking to get fucked up. Understandably. It is brutal. But yeah, that yeah, I get pissed. But really nice people. I have nothing against homeless people, though. I actually have a really long history of just conversing. When I was a kid, it started just walking to and from the library. It was always the same people in front of it. It was the same people for years. So I started like having conversations. I was super shy, and for some reason like was not shy in front of them. Like I used to bring my guitar and like sing songs to them, like folk songs, I guess. But I would also bring my dad. I would jack beer and cigarettes for my dad to bring them. Cold coffee, actually, tonight. Yeah, of course. Oh, like flannels? Yeah, that's like the war. That is like the Florida cardigan, if you will. Where's mine? I have about 1,000 of them, because they're also really absorbent. So like, if you get out of water, throw this on. When it's after you get in from rain, throw this on. And like everyone in my family, like, are you talking about these? Yeah, this is a good one too. The sleeves fit nice. Usually they're either too short or too big, but yeah, every single person in my family has loads of these, and they wear them over t-shirts. And like my dad's uniform is essentially a Guy Harvey shirt and a flannel. I actually have So this is like a prized possession right here. There's a few things. There's a few things like my dad would wear until they fell apart, and I used to, ever since I was a kid, and I'm seeing it gain in popularity, like stuff that's naturally distressed by just time and wear. It's my favorite. I'm not talking about like distressed jeans from the mall. But this is a marble red button-down shirt he wore as like a flannel, and he only stopped wearing it because he said when he started moving, like he started hearing things fail. So it is wild. And I have the same shirt, brand new, because they only wore one of them. I have to find that. I know it's here, but and it's so soft. The shirt is actually quite thick in its fresh state. There's also a few shirts, marble shirts he wore until they're essentially lace. But, and I have my grandpa's flannels in there, and my dad's entire hat collection, which every time I find one, I put it in there. And there's loads. I'll never run out of hats. It's pretty brilliant. Because I do wear hats a lot out and about now. I live in a small town, a small-ish town, and you know there's still people here. So I like wearing headphones and stuff, and to avoid feeling rude for not hearing someone or seeing someone, because I'm also nearsighted. So if you see me in person and like we've met before and you walk by and I'm not looking at you at all, or I am looking at you, but I'm seeing a blur. Not necessarily a blur. I'm not like super nearsighted, but yeah, it happens all the time to the point like, you know, I just rather wear a hat or something like that, and the sun is really intense. But, and other thing I wanted to do is get headphones, but hat works. But yeah, headphones I picked up. Well, yeah, anyway, got a huge stack. And that Palm Beach hat, there's like 10 of them in there, and they're all like, that one's the freshest. They're all like super worn. And yeah, I think Walgreens or something had them for like $1 and just bought a lot of them. And I gotta put that in there. Trying to organize stuff. That's my grandpa's denim flannel thing. There's a lot I haven't finished organizing, but slowly filling up this, which is gonna be hilarious. I have to fix those also. I had to move this thing over and over again, and I cannot figure out where and how to hang it, because everyone's like, you should sell the spoons. I'm like, how much am I gonna realistically get for the frame spoons in this economy? So there's certain things that like if I'd rather just keep it kind of thing, because I'd also, I don't know, I think I'd rather that on the wall than a painting, because I like there's a article in not high fructose, but Atlas Obscure or something. One of those like blog sites that have a lot of really interesting things, and it's like the power of numbers or something like that. It was just some decorating stuff, and it was just like all the same object on a wall, like one wall just hammers, but since there's all the variations, it ends up looking like really pretty. And like yeah, anyway. I think I'm going to eat because I'm starving. I I can't seem to hit live at an earlier time. Time is just weird, and I give up trying to keep track of it because the day melts by, and I'm back and forth from here and like the room I was using, so that is oh, and here like been doing the yard work and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know why why is Fierceaith getting hidden? Fierceaith has been here for like years. Anyway, the what's it called? Yeah, no, I'm living here now. I really have no idea what to do because my dad actually really cared for my mom. She didn't get back to like sustaining post all that. So my life like completely took a nosedive, and I mean that's that. I mean life has a tendency to do that. Like everyone's gonna have crazy big changes that they don't get to control and get to be ripped ripped out of. You know, it's just a matter of dealing with stuff, and I guess how you do that, how much damage it causes to your heart. But anyways, you're good. Um, I oh man, I was so blanked out this last week that, and of course, like after anything big, of course, and like posting about it, I have a lot of I'm really bad at making sure I check inboxes and stuff. Like I do use Messenger the most, but even then, like I really need to get a lot better. I've been needing to get a lot better. I'm pretty alright, Chris. How you doing tonight? I am uh coming back awake or however, but yeah, I've been just trying not to fall into any weird thought patterns, I guess. Because this shit blows my mind still. I got some roses. But it's just so odd. I can't ever put my finger on it. Permanence. But I don't know. I hope everyone's holding up good though. I've been watching a lot of just algorithm polls because everything YouTube's serving up to me is all people of all different walks of life with the same like internal hunches or feelings, or it's It's been wild. It's been wild to see so many waves go through, like just with social media alone these last few years. Like there's clear patterns or like clear reactions to like whatever the like present at that time is, because it's wild. But anyways, I'm gonna end up sitting here or standing in the middle of the room because I really don't even know what I'm doing right now. I know I'm not tired at all, and if I try to sleep, I will just end up staring at a wall and or with my eyes open. It's just I hate like I sometimes hate how our brains work a lot, and um like things are really easy to sear into your mind, and they're really hard to shake. Like if you see something really menacing, it's hard to get it out of your mind, that kind of stuff. And then every time you do something that like sleep or even eating, I notice like there's enough time in between like putting food in my mouth and chewing that allows too many thoughts to creep in. Because like, man, I'm not trying to avoid mourning or anything like that, but it's just, it is so surreal and just like really unexpected that it's like hasn't even sunk below the surface at all. It's just floating. So eating and sleeping has been not fun, to say the least, but to get around potentially lacking nutrients, it got me a bottle of cod liver oil. Oh yeah, and a bunch of cheeses. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Happy trails. Hope everyone has a beautiful evening, and I appreciate y'all. I am hoping to at least get the back a little bit more put together. Tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to take apart this like carport that's back there. Tarp was on it for the longest time, but it's too rusted out, and any wind is gonna rip pieces off of it, and don't want to have to deal with that in the future. So right now, all the bolts seem like they can be removed, so I don't have to just like break it apart. But hey, Dubba. DBF, learning to make, slowly learning to tie flies of all kinds, really. Still not really sure what I like to fish. I still haven't even fished any flies in the ocean yet. Just the intercoastal. But yeah, energy is one thing, and then time is another, and then the weather, which rain. I'm not bothered by rain unless if I don't have a jacket on me. I do get quite cold, and that's about it, and that's pretty miserable until the sun comes back out. But the lightning and the lightning gets really intense. Not as bad as the swamp because there's no lightning towers or anything. It could be different now with the more building and stuff, but it makes contact with the ground. I'm a high tier Becky? What does that mean? Hell yeah, man. I think I'm gonna make something with PVC pipe. There's loads of it here, and went to the Mai Kai recently, and The Mai Kai is a restaurant in Fort Lauderdale, Polynesian theme. It was made in 1956, and it actually burnt down like 6 years ago, I think she said. And they renovated it completely, like from scratch, and it feels exactly the same. I don't even know how that's possible, but they had some really, really neat things outside that looked like bamboo or something from afar, and you get up and it was PVC pipe, and it was like, oh, I'm doing that. And so I'll just make something smaller, because the everything is rusted. Like, it's really um a shame, because it used to be able to support a lot of body weight, and I was just thinking about swinging on it. Like, there's a fan, a light, a bug light, and a punching bag all attached to it at one point. So it was pretty strong. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. DBF, see, a long time ago, I haven't seen any in a long time, but there were still train hoppers and like urban campers and stuff like that, or not, like travelers, crust punks. Um, but they're some of the nicest, coolest people. You would be able to sight them immediately, because they usually have a big trekking backpack on and like stuff sewn into their hair, and like denim jackets with a bunch of stuff stitched into them. Yeah, it was, those people are interesting to talk to, and you'll see them a lot, and they'll come from the highway. And there's a few groups, and they all knew each other. And they, I can't remember where they would start, like where most of them were. It might have been one of the Carolinas, and they would go to the Keys back and forth, and that was their life. They just would go back and forth, and summer in one place, winter in the other. And yeah, the one main dude that I knew since middle school passed away, sadly. I think, see, I think people need to compare notes more. Like, which that already happens more and more with like thought streams and stuff like that. But it's still really like divided by niches and stuff. Like, there needs to be like a all demographics type of note comparing, because I feel like a lot of people are having like very similar struggles, and there's like missing pieces, but the pieces are all on this planet somewhere. And it would be sick to make a, I have a relatively crude way of describing it, and I can't describe it like that up here, but I just can't help but see some solutions, and I will dang force myself to put put things at least in place. All people need are more spots to congregate. That's not all people need, obviously, but I feel like more spaces to congregate it would be so impactful, like immediately. And like backyard barbecues, and like there just needs to be more congregation of people. And all those like congregations of, you know, now, like, oh, don't bring that one friend of yours because he thinks this, or like that. And it's like, traded like talking about music for politics or something, which just like decimated any groups that from my generation or whatever locally, like friend groups. Produced by Talking Heads, indeed. And it's so funny too. It's so fucking funny. Same breath, people will be like, oh, everyone's being divided. It's all part of like the great thing. And then like play right into it. Like in it's really something else to bear witness to every day for years now. It's wild. There either has to be like alien invasion or like a mass orgy. I'm not sure, but probably alien invasion because there's enough STDs floating around right now. It's like an epidemic happening. Never hear it mentioned. Like it's probably gonna start being mentioned because that's like a in a yeah. Like, yeah, lack of tolerating opinions. I can't get over it. How it's like probably ringing in so many people's ears. Like, that's why they say don't talk about politics or religion. We should have listened. Like, you know, I know that there's blame, like, you know, even I have irrational blame, like, or people I rationally blame for whatever woes that I could, like, I don't know, but it's, DBF, like, believe it, I mean, I really have a hard time, like, I have a hard time, like, believing that we're alone. I think we might be sinking. I mean, based off of absolutely nothing. But yeah, I feel like there's but yeah, I feel like you know, also not only like natural cryptids, which sometimes I'm not too sure if I know what that means. Is that just like would a werewolf or a mothman be considered cryptids? And it's like I don't know if you've heard of Plum Islands. I think it's Plum. There's a bunch of islands that like have like Jekyll Island, just two islands. But anyway, Plum Island has the Center of Disease Control's uh, laboratories, and people said they've seen things washing up on shore that's like amalgamations, which obviously makes sense. Like experimenting is one of those things I wish I knew nothing about. But yeah, really intense. I can't like I can't imagine like what goes on in that. Like I feel like more intense than like Area 51 or something like that. And there's another island and I'm like trying to think of it as I'm talking, which is hard. Oh, okay, good. And two, like everyone has a mask that they wear, like they're like society masks, like everyone does. Like that's like you would speak to strangers differently than friends, like oftentimes, I guess. But the thing too, like with what people say and stuff, is like, man, I never know what someone's actually thinking. Words are so often used as a tool to like either gain attention to a certain area, like of someone's like a cry out, but not only that, like projection. Like there's a bunch of different like way or like reasons why something someone says isn't what they think at all. And like I try to give a lot of room for that too, because it could get pretty dang creative and colorful with words. And like a lot of times I think there's like not a lot of forgiveness in that, like get deemed immediately one thing or another, or just like unhinged or nuts, when everything is pretty dang or terrifying the last few years. Like I still cannot get over the fact that the whole world shut down. Like I'll never get over that. I hate that I had to live through something that I won't be able to shut up about. Like that's some bullshit. I discovered I could grow trees though, which like zero effort. Like I'm not talking like trees you could build a house in, but anyway, happy trails. 6:16, sun's gonna be rising, and I'm definitely going to try to get back over to the other spot and get back in the sun. I didn't get to fall asleep out there for as long as I got woken up with thunder and lightning. I had a big comforter outside and this big wooden, I think the wood was teak, they said, which is neat. But anywho, I love y'all. I'll be here and back tomorrow. I'm gonna be tying these until I could tie more than one in hours. But the act of tying them, I also just top tier. And I try to hit live like when I'm tying, because like a lot of times I'll be either flipping through stuff, watching videos, or trying to. Right now, I've been sorting feathers, all different lengths, because a lot of the packs that I have, not the best quality, so there'll be all these different lengths. So I've been trying to get through that. Then I could just grab them as needed. I don't have to spend so much time sifting them. Strong ones are fine, because it's like a wallet or a filing cabinet. You could just sift through them. But the loose ones in the packets, the large bulk packets that kits come with, which I think they're great because there's so much odd variation, and for random feather scraps. But hey, Michael. One day I hope to get back into dry flies though. That I was in the Tice Fly stream for a while before I even commented. I was just zoned out. And that last mayfly with the Wallywings, he used string to put space in between the three tendrils, because I always wonder how the hell sometimes I just see people put them on and then they're like naturally perfectly spaced. But it looked so sturdy and has so much structural integrity. Like, you could throw it in your pocket and those tails aren't going to move. And the wings are insanely sturdy. And then there's the quill, which looked really cool. I haven't wrapped anything in quill yet, but it looks spectacular. And the peacock curl with the CDC and the Zelon thread. I always get Antron and Zelon confused. I was told the difference too, and I can't remember. But last night's fly too was really stunning. That salmon fly. It was just too, because I've been catching the ends by the time I get back. Because I've been needing just to get out of the house, so instead of staring at the wall here, I'll go to the other spot and stare at the wall there. And until my mom gets, you know, antsy. When it gets dark, like, I'm trying to keep her from, like, overthinking and stuff, too. And I am an only child, and, man, my parents have been together since they were 16 and 17, or 17 and 18. So, and, yeah, but... Oh, shit. That's what fell. It's a BB gun. It's a BB gun. Oh, I will. Methylene Blue. Sounds like a song from the 90s. My coffee's getting more cold. Oh, it's a little watered down. I did throw ice in it. I never have ice, and every now and then, like, I will grab ice trays, which I've been digging for my parents' ice trays. I have these aluminum ones. Pains in the arse. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. I love them. What's this? Oh, it's such a pain. Oh, and it's so painful. If you slip it, it's so painful. I love them. And the ones that were here, they still make them. And the ones that were here were old. Yeah, I want to get those again. My mom said she tossed them, which she hated them. But I don't know. I don't know if I could accept that. They have to be here somewhere. Like, found some 1940s sandwich presses. It's just a thing to press your bread thinner, and it's to make thin sandwiches. There's gimmicks back then too. But anyway. Playmate. I tinker with that a little bit, but I do not know at all how to play it. It's got the sharpest little strings. And I'm not 100% sure. And it's not tuned. It is so sharp. It's so sharp, I can't even press them down. When I was a kid, I wanted to play bass so bad, and to this day, like, I can't. Immediate finger cramps. I love bass though. I wish they would make one, and I'm sure they do, like, make a bass that's just guitar size. And like, then or yeah, just I do have a bass. It's not here, but it's long, and it's just, the frets feel like an eternity apart. Bass, see, I have big hands too. It's not like I have small, little, like, cartoon hands. I don't. Uh, but I just, piano, I could reach some decent distance. Bass, the distance and pressure like that makes my hands cramp immediately. There's a few guitar chords that I just cannot for the life of me, which thankfully with chords, if you can't play it a certain way, which is something because I don't really know how to play guitar, I just like tinkering with it. And yet another thing, keep your hands busy. But um, the oh yeah, if you can't reach to play a certain chord, there's like a bunch of different ways to play the same chord, and that to this day blows my mind. Like you could play like a chord down here, but play it up here in totally different strings, all the way, and it sounds exactly the same. It's really neat. I really like pretty much all music. I've been through a lot of music phases. Like I will listen to just about anything. There's a few things that I like I like Pinback a lot. It's just I don't know many other bands that have that sound. It's like small sounds like and bass and like interesting lyrics, good references. And but yeah, it would be almost redundant to list it. Flaming Lips, yeah. I was just thinking about other things that were around during that, because it is a pretty fruitful music time. Like of Montreal, like their first few albums, every now and then those songs, and Animal Collective is another one that like disappeared completely, but I only remember really their like 2 or 3 albums. But that's just that one, like the 2010s. Prior to that, like I've been on a nostalgia trip lately, listening to middle school music scene, which is your Alkaline Trio, their older stuff specifically, and I trade their older stuff, like 2 albums. That's a totally different band. Crucifix, they're, if you like punk music, they're pretty top tier. I used to listen to a good deal of punk music, but out of everybody, I think Bad Brains and Crucifix are the 2 that I still listen to. Doc Dart. And Elliott Smith, of course. I do like Talking Heads a lot. And 2 albums. I do like The Wall. I like Dark Side of the Moon, but not as much as The Wall. I like Animals a lot. Boston Self-Titled is probably one of the greatest albums of all time. There are a few unwavering music opinions that I have, and that is one of them. But anywho, I do really like music a lot. The more hectic everything gets, the more it starts sounding like noise, though. It's really distressing. But, yeah, Old School Alkaline Trio was great. I don't meet a lot of people that remember them. Like, AFI, I meet more people that remember AFI than Alkaline Trio. But their first few albums, holy trucks. It blends between like two different genres. Like I feel like more than I don't know. Lyrically and like the bassist, which I think is like who founded them to begin with. And I think it's because what I'm actively listening to, because I'm just like listening to stuff I haven't listened to in over a decade. And man, it's just really blowing my mind hearing the bass like that much. If that, like, some people don't like anything with power chords, essentially, because I don't know. Between the Beard and Me is still really good too. During the pandemic, they did Alaska or something. They had like a little recording studio show. It was a trip. I really liked them. Darkest Hour too is another one. Senses Fail. My mom loved them. I did run into my Psychopathic Records blanket upstairs, so yeah, I've been through every music phase. There's gold in every single genre ever to ever exist. Outsider music is another one I'm really thankful for. A buddy of mine hit me to that like 10 years ago, and what a joy. A few things like I'll hear in short form videos, which I used to find a lot of music through skate videos, even years after like I personally gave up skateboarding because I didn't want to slam my face again. I was watching skate videos for music, and it was some of the best curated mixes possible of like things that really bleed every genre, era, and there's no like theme. Like I think it's I just reminded of like the 2010s like super artsy like grizzly bear and oh, I just had it. There was something else. Oh, Arcade Fire. I can't remember if that's like that. Yeah, I guess. Band of Horses, like, I only remember really one album. I do like that song St. Augustine a lot. I like to listen to that in St. Augustine. The little things. Man, yeah. I can't wait until like classics of the early 2000s. Screamo comes out. I cannot wait for that. Hey, Modest Mouse just played a show on a cruise ship. Like, it's crazy. Life's going by so fast. Quickest ride is faster than a roller coaster. But anyways, happy trails, y'all. I'm gonna be listening to music until the sun comes out, and then I'm going to fall asleep in the sun. I've just been trying to soak up some sun, and I cannot do that. I have never been able to like tan or get a suntan or anything like that. Sitting there with my phone overheating, and I just can't do it. So what I've come to find is if I lay in the sun totally exhausted and fall asleep, I will be in the sun longer than I would if I didn't do it like that. The logic of an only child, it doesn't have to make sense, alright? I threw a bed away once so I didn't sleep so much and replaced it with an army cot, so yeah. Anyway, happy trails to all of y'all. Pole Becky? Oh, Pale Becky? What is a Becky? I want to know. What? I don't have a problem with Ugg boots, I'll be real. I'm just reading the AI overview of whatever Becky is. And I don't like pumpkin spice lattes at all, though. I don't like the pumpkin at all. Weaponize their privilege against others. Becky with the good hair. It's in quotes. Becky with... Oh. Beyonce song? I feel like Becky from... this... Anyways, well... It's just... Yeah, I could see I could be perceived like that. I used to be really shocked when I was younger and people used to think I was a rich kid. And that was the term. And no. Well, anyway, the things were really funny. But anyway, I hope y'all have a beautiful evening, and I will see y'all very soon tomorrow sometime. Take krill or par just fine. Oh, krill is not something I've looked into at all. Chad, Stacy. Oh, what does Stacy mean? Like, I get the gist of Karen or whatever, but I never really looked up the other mean. Stacy? See, I wouldn't have thought that's what a Stacy was. Stacy, I don't know. It's kind of an old school name, so like... Stacy doesn't ring me as like a very sexually active name. I don't know. All I can think of is this Barbie. I think this is like Barbie's cousin or something. I used to have a Barbie history book. Anyways, happy